In November, in the Scandinavian lands and the Baltic states, it gets dark very, very early. And that's a fitting metaphor for the country of Lithuania, because Lithuania was the last European country to become Christian, only adopting Christianity in 1387. So its pagan roots are long and very deep. But ironically, the first book in Lithuanian, in the language, was Martin Luther's Catechism, which was translated by Martinus Mažvydas, who had studied in Königsberg and was indeed a pastor of the Reformation of a Lutheran background. So even though today when you think of Lithuania, you think of an overwhelmingly Catholic country, and that is correct, but actually there are 20,000 Lutherans in Lithuania, 58 congregations, 21 pastors, a couple of those congregations actually in Chicago, and they are part of the Evangelical Lutheran Church of Lithuania. Today we have a great opportunity to, once again at Lutheran Heritage Foundation, create books in the Lithuanian language, just like Martinus Mažvydas did back in the 1500s when he translated Luther's Catechism. Speaking to Bishop Mindaugas Sabutis and Pastor Mindaugas Dikšaitis, we had the opportunity to talk about what would be needed in their church. Right now they're working on The Word of the Lord Grows by Martin Franzmann, which is basically the story of the New Testament, who wrote it, the authors, the background, when, and a kind of a basic isagogics of the New Testament. But they're also interested in a prayer book, a pastor's agenda, how a pastor would carry out simple functions like baptisms, marriages, burials, because they have not had a new book on this topic since 1907, going back to the time of Prussia, literally. So it was printed by Prussians back well over 100 years ago. Added to all these opportunities, we have the chance also to begin to work with children, because they do children's camps. Just this past summer they had one camp with 560 children, another with over 400 in what's called the center of Lutheranism, Tauragė, Lithuania. If you add to all that the opportunity that Lutherans have in the public schools, this is not America. You can actually go into a public school and a Lutheran teacher can teach Lutheran children. So to get more children's Bible story books, catechisms, and catechetical helps, workbooks, materials of that sort, we can actually, from grades 1 through 12, get those materials into the hands of a Lutheran teacher who would teach the Lutherans, some of those 20,000 members. We can teach them within the public schools. So the opportunity is great now for the Lutheran Heritage Foundation to once again begin work in a country that has this long, dark pagan past, but now has a very bright, vibrant future as the gospel is proclaimed through the Lutheran witness.